officially on my way to Vegas. I'm at Budget. I'm waiting for them to open. I had to come a little bit early because my daughter had somewhere to be. I have all this luggage, 2 giant suitcases, my tripod stand, this backpack on my back, which is like a huge, you can't really see it, it's a huge traveling one, and all of this is so heavy. I'm just like, I want the car so I can throw all this in. This is so hard to move around all by myself, but here I go. I had to make a stop at the dispensary. I usually order online and have it delivered, so it was really exciting for me to go in and look at everything. It was beautiful. I ended up asking them for help and they recommended some great things. Then I left and I realized I left my glasses at home and I need them for Beyoncé. So I had to go back home, so that added like an hour. Actually, it was a little less, probably like 45 minutes to my drive. But as you can see, I have my glasses. I'm gonna be able to see Beyoncé. Alright guys, I made it to Vegas. I have had a heck of a day. Let me tell you from the beginning. So I go to Budget this morning to get my rental car. And I wanted an economy SUV, but the SUV that I wanted had a nail in the tire. So the only option I had was a big SUV that had 3 rows, which is fine. It's just more gas that I have to pay for, you know? But it is, I've been liking driving it, so it's actually been nice to have. But then after that, I went to the dispensary, and when I was at the dispensary, which is like 30 minutes from my house, I realized that I didn't have my glasses. And I'm up in the 300s for Beyoncé. Like, my eyes aren't that bad, but like, I'm not going to Beyoncé without my glasses. So I had to turn around and add like 45 minutes to an hour to my time, which was frustrating. But at least I have my glasses. I'm sitting in front of my house. I have my glasses. I'm getting out a muffin so that I can eat a muffin while I'm driving. And I reach back to grab the muffin and I jam my nail into my suitcase and my entire nail came off, okay? From the root, pulled out of my finger. I have no nail, not a bit broke, 0% nail on my finger. It's so bad. So that was frustrating. And I was fully ready to crash out. I was like, this day is horrible. I was so upset. Guys, I'm gonna cry, like literally. This is not going well. I cannot believe this just happened. I was just reaching back to grab a muffin and I hit my finger on the suitcase. I ripped off my entire fingernail, not just my fake nail. It pulled off my nail. You can see, like, on the nail, you can see my real nail hanging at the bottom. That's the root of the nail that was under my nails. Like, my entire nail just pulled out of my finger. I don't want to show you because I don't want to gross you out, but it hurts so bad. I don't know what to do. How do I protect that? What do you do when you rip off your whole nail? So upset because I'm already, you know, actually, I don't know if people on YouTube know this yet, but I was laid off from my job this week. So I no longer have a job and I have been a wreck. It's been very hard for me. I almost canceled Vegas, but then I decided that I need this for my, like, I'm devastated. I worked at my job for 12 years. So to be laid off, and it was unexpected. They didn't announce they were doing layoffs. They just completely got rid of my position. But there was also, it affected every department in the company. And that's really frustrating. But I did get a good severance. I have 3 months pay. Plus they're paying my COBRA for 3 months, so I don't have to worry about insurance. I also already have a good lead on a job that I'm really excited about. Actually, I'll tell you, I'm not gonna tell you like the details of the job because I'm not trying to jinx anything. I have a friend who I love, and I've always thought that her job seemed like a great job. And I thought if I ever were to leave my job, I would reach out to her and like get more details on her position, right? So I get laid off. I post on Facebook, please let me know if you have any leads. And a little bit later, my phone starts ringing and she's calling me. And I had already thought, like the second I was laid off, I thought I've got to call her, but like obviously I'm not in the emotional state to have this conversation yet. I was trying to get myself together. But she called me, and she's truly the only person in the world that I would have answered that phone for in that moment, because I looked at my phone and I was like, she is calling about her job, which is about the only thing that can make me feel better right now. So I answered. And she's telling me about it. It sounds perfect. It would only be making a little bit less than I make now, but with the opportunity to make a lot more. So I'm like, this is great. It sounds great. They do affirmations in the morning. Like, this sounds like my place, okay? They've been looking for someone, but they can't find the right fit. And she said that I seem like I'd be the right fit. So I'm like, okay, this is destined. I'm gonna go there. So she sends me the link to apply, and I click on it, and I'm reading through the description. And do you know what it says? It says, must be willing to travel to Chicago. Like, it's a city a little bit out of Chicago, but Chicago. And I about fell off my chair. I was like, this is the most meant to be thing. The universe did this for a reason. I have like peace with it, because I was crashing out. If you didn't see me on TikTok, I'm crying in my videos. I was a wreck. But I just have this like peaceful confidence now that this is gonna work out. And even if it doesn't work out, I still feel that energy of like the universe has my back. So I made it to Vegas. I'm gonna enjoy this weekend. I'm not thinking about it. Thank goodness I have that hope, because I genuinely am able to put it in the back of my head. I don't feel upset. I'm enjoying it. The only thing that's been hard for me is like spending money on unnecessary things. I was just at dinner, and dinner was more than I planned to pay. And I wouldn't have bought a drink, honestly, because they didn't have like, I just am really craving like a pina colada or something, and they didn't have that. So I was like, I'm just gonna go without a drink. But I posted, people have been asking me for my Venmo, and I wasn't gonna like make a post about it, but I decided like that mental block in my head of like, I don't have a job, I shouldn't buy this. I don't have a job, I shouldn't buy this. I don't want to feel that while I'm here this week. And I'm gonna feel that about every single time I spend money. So I did end up posting my Venmo on TikTok, and a few people bought me drinks and sent me money. And you guys, I just went to dinner, and that dinner, as it was like expensive, I would have made decisions to eat something different, because I would want the cheapest thing. That's how I was looking at it at first. And I would not have bought a drink because they didn't have exactly what I wanted. But because they sent me money, I was literally like, what do you recommend? I ordered what he recommended. I didn't even look at the price. I didn't care. And I got myself a strawberry margarita. It was hard for me to drink because I have not had anything but vodka or rum in years and years. I don't even drink hardly at all. Like once, twice a year, maybe. Like I don't drink. I'm not a drinker. So drinking that tequila, it was rough. I had to push that down. I didn't like it. But the food was great. I actually got some, I haven't looked at them yet. Let's look at them together. They were about to close, and I didn't want to be that person sitting there eating. So I got churros to go. And it comes with a dulce de leche sauce and chocolate. Ooh, look. It has strawberries and blueberries. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna try this. I'm having such a good night. I've been laying in bed. I laid in bed scrolling TikTok for hours. I really needed to like rejuvenate myself, like kind of calm down, because I've had a very hectic few days. Oh, I should have eaten these faster. They're a little hard now, but that's my fault. Let's see how this is. Mmm. Mmm. Ooh, that's good. The outside is super crunchy, but like in a good way. And the inside is really soft, and it's warm inside still. I didn't wait too long. This is good. Mmm. Okay, well that's delicious. So now I'm just waiting. I'm gonna go to Club Cowboy Carter tonight. I'm really excited. It's actually right down the street. It's like a 5-minute drive, if that. It's really close. So I'm just gonna take a Lyft there, because I don't wanna be driving around here. The traffic, it stresses me out, and I'm having no stress. Right now it's 10:23. I feel like I wanna go like right when Beyoncé ends the concert. I'm gonna hurry and order one before they're all boggled up and go over, because I was gonna go at 10, because I'm always on time to everything. And then I was like, wait, I feel like people go late to clubs, and I don't want to be there standing in the corner feeling awkward. I want to get there when people are there, so I can like, because I'm a little bit nervous. I've never gone to do something like this by myself before, and I'm nervous. I know that everyone at the Beehive is going to be amazing. We're all going to be dancing and singing and screaming. It's going to be perfect. But I still have that voice in the back of my head of just like, what if I am awkward and people see me standing in the corner by myself and they recognize me standing alone? Like, I just feel so embarrassed of that. I don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna go once the concert's out, head over there. I know a lot of people are going there from the concert, so I think the energy is gonna like get a lot better once I get there and everybody starts getting there. So that's the plan for tonight. I'll let you know how it goes. So I came to the club at the MGM Grand, Pakistan, that's how I think you say it, because that's where people were saying they were going. I was so uncomfortable. I did not last very long because it wasn't playing Beyonce music, and I need to feel, I don't like clubs, like that's not my thing, and I want Beyonce vibes. So I'm leaving and I'm going to Club Cowboy Carter, which was my original plan. I already had a ticket, but everyone was saying this was the official after party and this is where everyone's coming. I'm scared. I expected to see Beehive everywhere and I haven't seen anybody who looks Beehive. Well, there was one girl who had an American flag like stuck to the back of her shorts, so she, I think, obviously was, but she looked very, very grumpy and like she wasn't having the best time. I'm scared. But the amount of creepy men who were in there, like, I know that there wouldn't be those kind of men making me feel uncomfortable in a Beyonce specific place, so that's why I'm going to Club Cowboy Carter. I just wasted my money coming here. That's okay. The introvert in me is freaking out. I'm freaking out. I just want to go back to the hotel room, but I know if I just push through, I'm gonna have a great night. So Club Cowboy Carter, here we go. If I don't last there, I'm just going back to the hotel.
Tap me on the shoulder when you know the dance. Every time I ride, every time I ride. Number 3. Number 4. Number 3. And we love all of you guys. Thank you so much.
Guys, I am behind updating this. I want to talk about the concert, my experience, how everything went. It was so amazing. I've had to take some time because if you don't know, I got laid off right before I went to the concert, like the day before I was leaving. So I have been trying to make sure that I have my life figured out. And I kind of went to a little bit of a hole where I didn't want to get out of bed and I just haven't even gotten ready and stuff and had the energy to film this. So now I'm ready to talk about it. My experience at the concert, oh my gosh, it was so amazing. I can't remember. I think the part that you already watched in this video was about me just talking about the Club Cowboy Carter night. I don't think I did anything after that. So I'm going to just start with the concert and then talking about my day at the pool and go through that. So the concert day. Oh, you guys. First of all, I know I'm going to get there, but freaking Destiny's Child. Come on now. It was the greatest thing of my whole life. So I got up, got all ready. I felt super cute. I had like the denim dress. It made me just feel really good and confident and comfortable. I wanted to be so comfortable this time because in Chicago, it was cold as freaking heck. And I was like, I didn't think about it while the concert was happening, but before the concert started, I was sitting there just shivering. I was really worried about Nikki because she was shaking pretty bad. It was cold. And this time I was just like, I don't care so much about my outfit. I want to be cute, but mostly I want to just be comfortable and enjoy it and live my best life. So I felt really good in what I was wearing white tennis shoes because I wanted my feet to be comfortable. Like I just wanted comfort. So I get all ready. I'm super excited. I'm walking out to go walk over to my car in the garage. And while I'm walking, I'm taking a video and I'm like, you guys, I'm having the best day. I'll insert it here. I have been outside for exactly 4.2 seconds. I don't actually know. I'm already getting sweaty. It is hot. Thank goodness the stadium is indoors because I could not hang. I was just in the elevator with these 3 guys who are from Paris. They have the cutest accents and they were at the Paris shows. It was so fun talking to them. And then when I walked out, I was walking with another guy who went to New York, and both of us were just so grateful that we didn't have to worry about bad weather this time. And we were both in our comfy clothes. And I'm just having a great day already. And I haven't even gotten to the Beehive yet. I was supposed to leave an hour ago, but I didn't want to rush myself and I just wanted to enjoy my day. So that's what I did. I'm almost to my car. I'm headed over. As soon as I'm walking to the stadium, I'll probably go live. So I will talk to you soon. Oh, the shade feels nice. I was wearing my hat for like 5 minutes and my hair flattened so much. It's crazy. It's hot out here. I was just so happy. And then I was posting it. I wasn't editing it or anything. I literally was just clicking post. I looked down to click post. And you know, in the in parking lots and stuff, those big like cement block things that stop you from pulling forward, like when you're parking, it stops like your tires. You know what I'm talking about? So one of those was in the way, and I happened to look at my phone, didn't see, tripped over that thing, fell flat. I mean flat, my entire body. I didn't catch myself. I tried to, but I landed like on this side of my hand, and I slid across this freaking pavement. It was so embarrassing. And all these people were walking behind me and they were like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And I was like, I'm fine. And then they turned, they went the other way. And I was like, oh, thank goodness they're gone. And I turned around to like book it to my car because I was in pain. I was upset. And when I turned around, the security guard from the hotel I was staying at was there. And he was like, I need to talk to you. I have to take a report. And I was like, are you serious? Like, I'm fine. I'm not even hurting. I'm totally fine. And he was like, well, you fell and I saw you fall, so I have to. And I was a little bit nervous because he's like, I need your name. I need your room number. And he needed to see my ID. And I was just like, what if you're lying to me? Like, I could get kidnapped. I was super scared. But he was wearing like a security uniform. He had like a little fanny pack of Band-Aids on him. And he just happened to be there right when I felt like it would have been very coincidental if it was someone lying to me. So I just gave it to him. I was on my way to the concert. I was running late because I was going to, what's it called? Oh, Whiskey Stadium or something that's right across from the stadiums, and there was like a Beehive meetup I was planning to go to, but I wanted to enjoy my day, so I took my time getting ready. I took my time with everything, so I was later than I wanted to be, but I was still going. So I was just like, can we just get this over with? So I gave him my information, went to my car, and then when I got to my car is when I realized my knees were completely black and bloody. My shoes, black marks all over them. My hand, like it's been 2 weeks now, and look how bad it still is. It's finally healing though. You guys, I'm fully gonna cry. First of all, how sweaty I am, that doesn't even matter. This week has just been so hard. I don't understand why everything is just like not going well. So I'm walking to my car and I just biffed it hard. I tripped over like a thing in the, I don't know. I just tripped over something in the garage and fell flat. This is the worst part though. Like my hand, like the skin on it, you can't really tell, but I have to like clean it and get stuff on it. And I don't know if I talked to you guys about my nail ripping out. My nail's getting better. It's still like just a bunch of dead skin that's peeling off and is trying to improve, but there's just no nail there. So I was just injured and I looked at my hand, like this part, it doesn't look so bad now, but I mean, for 2 weeks, you can imagine, like it was pretty deep. It was black. I couldn't get all of the black cleaned out of it because it hurt so bad. My cowboy hat had black marks all over. It was ruined. I just couldn't wear it. So I was super upset. My outfit was ruined. I was in pain. I just wanted to get there. I was like, I need a drink. So I got to the Beehive meetup. I didn't meet a ton of people because I got there, well, a lot of people had already walked over to the stadium. But I did meet with Beyoncé's and her best friend. They were the sweetest people. If you don't know them, like her best friend does like food content, which looks amazing, but Beyoncé does Beyoncé content, and she is the sweetest person. I knew she was before I even met her. I was so excited to meet her. And when we got there and we met, they were so kind. I hadn't eaten, I was frustrated, and I decided to just eat at the stadium because I didn't know, it was like 6 something by the time I got there, and I didn't know how long it was gonna take them to make the food and bring it out to me. I didn't want to make them late. So they multiple times were like, are you sure you don't want to eat here? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine going there. Like, they really cared about me, even though they didn't know me. Like, a lot of my friends wouldn't even think to be that considerate, you know? And then we just sat and talked, and then we walked over to the stadium together.
Okay, ladies, now let's get information. I say, okay, ladies, now let's get information.
We were all 3 of us in the 300s, so we walked up to that level, and then I found some food, and we found my section, and then the food was right outside the door, and their section was like a little bit further down. So I was expecting them to, like, we found my place, okay, bye guys, but like they were like, no, I'll wait in line with you. So they waited in line with me while I got my food, and then I got my food, and then they were like, okay, bye, so we could go sit at our places that I could sit down and eat. But they just were so caring, so their energy was beautiful. Go follow them, because they are good people to follow and love. They're amazing. I'm so grateful that I was able to meet them. So then I went and I sat and I ate my food, and then I went live for a little bit, and then the girl who won the giveaway, I think I posted about it on YouTube, but I did a giveaway to give away a ticket to Cowboy Carter for the final show. And the girl who ended up getting the ticket met me there, so I was able to talk to her. You guys, I'm with the person who won the giveaway that I gave. She was able to make it, and she's here to see Beyonce, and I'm so happy. Hi! Yay! And she was just the sweetest thing. I was so happy that she won because she was a real fan and she was excited to be there. She flew out there to be there, even though she wasn't. I'm so glad it worked out for her that she was able to. And the last concert that she had been to was one of the On the Run tours. So I think the first one. But she was just the sweetest thing. And we were talking about like some theories that people were talking about from that night. And she was telling me who was there in the VIP box, and it was just so fun to meet her. Such a cool experience. And the fact that Destiny's Child came out and I was able to give away a ticket for the freaking Destiny's Child reunion, oh, made me feel so good. It made me feel so good. So after talking to her, I went and sat, and I will say I was so much more excited than I was in Chicago. And I think it's because I wasn't cold. In Chicago, like, you're focused on, holy cow, it's so cold, please start soon. Like, it was all I was thinking about. This time, I was just enjoying my time and sitting there and living my best life. And I had major butterflies. I was so excited. So in that way, I just think it was a better experience because I was able to feel it before. And then the people next to me, they weren't there until, like, she went on the last night at 9 o'clock. They didn't get to their seats until like 8:50-ish. So the whole time I was like, are they not coming? I was like kind of confused because usually people are in their seats because she's starting by then, you know? So I was surprised. On the other side of me, it was a boy who was like a teenager, I don't know, young, and his family was sitting behind him. So he was just kind of quiet sitting there. I didn't talk to him because I'm not going to sit and try to talk to a minor, you know? Like, I wanted to make friends with people around me, but I couldn't with him. And then the people next to me, they didn't get there until right before she started, so I didn't talk to them at all. So I didn't make any friends around me, which I was like, oh, that's kind of a bummer because I was by myself, but it was fine. And then the concert started. I was living my best life, you guys. I was singing at the top of my lungs. I didn't record anything of her or myself, other than I did record when Jay-Z came out, Drunk in Love, and Destiny's Child, of course. And I'll insert those. was just taking it in. I was singing, I was dancing, but I was frustrated because the boy who was next to me, since he wasn't around his family, you know, you're kind of quiet and like he wasn't dancing. I could tell he was enjoying his time so much. He was recording a lot, but when it comes to dancing, he was just like stiff, not moving, which totally fine. There's a point to why I'm bringing this up. There's nothing wrong with that. But the people on this side of me, the women, I could just feel the energy of like negativity. I could feel that I was bugging them. I could feel like they weren't moving either. And when you're dancing at a concert, usually it's not a big deal because everybody's dancing. So you kind of like sway in the same way, like you don't bump into each other, those types of things. But since they were both not dancing at all, completely still, I was not dancing big, you guys. I would like barely nudge them, be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. So I move further the other way, and then I would nudge the other person, and I'd be like, oh my gosh. And so I move over, and I just had no room. And I was like very, very aware. I didn't want to be the reason that I ruined someone else's concert experience. So I was trying to like contain myself, but also like frustrating because why aren't the people around me having the time of their lives too? Like people in front of us, everybody else, I could see they were dancing huge and moving all around. I could not do that. So the whole time I'm thinking about, oh my gosh, I don't want to bug these people. And I could just feel it. And then when Heated came, you guys know how excited I was for Heated at the Chicago show. I bought a fan. Me and Nikki spent hours practicing, learning when to clack and knowing all the words. And we were disappointed because our section was dull. Not a lot of people were dancing a ton. There was no fans that we saw. But when this concert started in the very beginning, when like she's coming out, like it started, the music has started playing, but you can't see her yet. Everyone had their fans out. My entire section, fans. Everybody had fans. I was stoked for Heated. Okay, I was like, I'm gonna be able to do this time. I was so excited. So Heated comes, I'm singing the songs, I'm getting ready to clock, and I was just like clocking it a little bit, and I could feel that energy, you know, like I just knew I was bugging her. So I finally just looked at her and I like stared a little bit longer than a typical like glance to try to see like, do you have something to say? And she was like, you're kind of in my face with that. And I was just like, okay, I'm so sorry. And so I got super sad, and she said that literally right before tip 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 on hardwood floors, like right before that. So the moment I was just like, okay, sorry, and I put my fan away because I don't want to bug her, and I didn't get to do Heated at all, not the chant part, and I was really sad about it. And I was just frustrated because I'm like, how can I be bugging you so bad that I feel your negative energy this entire freaking concert, but I'm bugging you that bad when I'm consciously trying not to? Like, how can you be so irritated with someone who is trying to stay out of your space and trying to make it so that you have a good experience? Like, that just tells me the kind of energy that they were in. I was grumpy. After Heated, I was like, great. All my favorite songs had already happened. I knew I was going live after the concert, and I was grumpy now. So I was like, now I'm gonna be in this horrible energy at the end of the concert, and I'm not like excited. I stopped singing loudly. I stopped dancing. I just like was super still, and it kind of ruined the rest of the experience. I was bummed I didn't have another favorite song coming because I didn't have anything to like lift me back up, you know? So I was just really defeated and disappointed. And then Destiny's Child come out, and I did not care. I think that my reaction would have been bigger if it hadn't been for what happened with that. But I didn't care. I was so happy. I was living my best life, you guys, when they came out. So at first, like the screen started changing like the blue, and I was like, this seems different. And I haven't watched very many of the lives. I haven't had time because I've been reacting to other things, you know? And so I hadn't seen the concert very many times, like a few times, but not enough to be confident that I was correct, that something was different, you know? Like I was looking at it weird, and I was like, I feel that, but I could totally be wrong because I don't know everything. And then when I heard that, I knew it was Destiny's Child who was singing, like that part when everybody knew. I knew it was them, but I was like, I don't know if this is normal, because there's pieces of Destiny's Child songs like throughout the whole thing, you know? Not the whole thing, but a few times. So I wasn't confident in myself. But when they started rising and I knew that I was right, that something was different, something was happening, oh my gosh. That feeling, I'm gonna remember it for the rest of my life.
Look around and see my girl.
I could not believe it's gonna make me cry. I thought I would never get to see them, and this whole thing just feels like I started this journey. Right after I started, she won the freaking album of the year, which was so exciting. Then I don't know if she announced her tour before or after that, but she announced her tour, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get to end my journey at a Beyoncé concert. So that was amazing. Then the set list comes out. It's literally every single song that I wanted so badly. I thought I would never get Irreplaceable because she doesn't sing it anymore. She freaking sang it. I just feel like everything was completely made for me. And then they saw that I was going to the last show and I just lost my job, and they were like, well, let's bring out Destiny's Child. Let's do that for Britney. Like, I just felt, and then Jay-Z came out. Like, I just feel like I got to experience everything. And then the other thing that I was really sad that I never got to experience was the Mute Challenge. I was like, I wish that I would have had a chance to do that, but she only did it in Europe, and I was like, oh, she's not gonna do it, and I was sad. And then Destiny's Child did the Mute Challenge. Again, it's gonna make me cry. I'm just like, what do you mean? I would have never been so happy. Oh, it was the best experience ever. So it lifted my spirits. I needed that, because if it would have ended like after Heated, I was sad. I did the Renaissance set is after that, right? So I was excited for that, but it wasn't enough to like pull me out of the funk. At least what I was thinking. I was thinking, great. I was trying to think of like what's coming up. Is there anything that's going to pull me out of this? And I just, because I had already been the whole concert like caring about them and their experience, like I was so frustrated. I wish I was around different people, but it was still the experience of my life. I'm so grateful that I went, even though I lost my job. It was worth it. And now, like, the biggest reason that I didn't want to go, or not that I didn't want to, but I felt like I couldn't, was because I need to buy my daughter a car, because we can't, her band stuff, that girl is always at the school, and I was having to take her to school sometimes 3 times a day. It's a 20-minute drive, so that's like almost 3 hours a day of my time that I'm just giving her rides, and that was too hard. So I really needed a car, and now I got laid off and I got a severance and I got enough to buy a car, which is where actually I need to leave in 10 minutes to go buy a car. So I'm so grateful that I went, because I am still able to get the car, which was the whole reason that I was scared to go. So it worked out perfectly. I'm so grateful. Best night of my life. It was incredible. And then when I was leaving, I had parked at Whiskey Stadium. You guys, if you go to Allegiant, that's where you need to park. I literally walked straight to my car, no lines, no nothing. I got in the parking garage there. It was empty. Like, there was a few cars. It was not, people don't park there. And then when I was leaving, I didn't have to wait in any lines. I literally turned right out, drove home. It took me 8 minutes to get back to my hotel. Like, It was perfect. Everything just worked out perfectly. Got back to the hotel and I was just like re-watching all the clips of the night, and oh, I was just so happy. And then the next day I went to the pool at my hotel. I reserved VIP seating, so it came with like 2 lounge chairs and then a big umbrella so I could actually lay there all day. I've never been able to lay at a pool all day because I burn so bad. So having an umbrella like that was big, that blocked the sun, was huge for me. I laid at the pool for like 6 or 7 hours and I was blissfully happy. I was listening to music. I had table service, so I was having her bring me pina coladas and Miami Vices. I ordered for breakfast, I got a fruit plate, and then I ordered lunch, I got some tacos, and it was just divine. It was so beautiful. And it wasn't like a party club pool. It was relaxing. I did the 21 plus pool so that there was no children around me. Like, it was everything that I needed. I was just so blissfully relaxed and happy, and it was an amazing, amazing, amazing weekend. I'm so grateful. And then I got home safely. When I was leaving the hotel, they actually couldn't find my car. I'll put that here too. So I'm at the valet waiting for my car and they can't find it. They came over and said they think I gave them an old ticket. And I'm like, I only valeted once. I only have 1 ticket. That's not a possibility. He's like, okay, well, what kind of car is it? And I'm just like, it's a rental. I don't freaking know. It's a big white SUV. I guessed maybe an Escape. I don't even remember. And I was like, I can try to call the rental place and find out what it is. He's like, no biggie, I'll find it. But I'm kind of stressed out. Imagine they lose my car at the end of all of this. But then after like 15 minutes, they ended up finding it. The drive home was great. It was amazing. So thank you for your patience waiting for me to upload this and tell you guys how everything was. I'm starting my Kelly journey today. I'm going to listen to her first album. So moving on to that, I still have some Beyonce stuff that I'm going to do, but I'm going to save them for like when I'm missing Beyonce and I'm like, I want to do Beyonce reaction. Then I'll go back to them. There's like 10 to 15 like very small performances that really like one person requested. Nobody has really mentioned them other than that. That's probably more than there is. There's a few. And then I have one concert. It was the Rock in Rio or something Rio. And I was told that it was like basically the first half of the Mrs. Carter tour. And so I just watched the Mrs. Carter tour because at the time I was going through stuff so quickly. And I was like, if it's basically the same, I want to save it for when I will enjoy it more. And I'm so glad I did, because now when I'm like having a night where I'm ready to have a Beyonce concert, I can watch that one. So I still have that. And I'm still doing the Dissect podcast. I'm going to watch Black is King again. So I'm weaving that in. I'm just starting Kelly just to get started on that. But I'm going to keep doing a few Beyonce things. So it's just kind of mixed for a bit. So that's where I'm at. I'm ready to get started. I'll have my first Kelly reaction posted soon. Thank you guys for watching with me and for loving me and all the support and everything. It's been amazing. I'm so grateful that you guys talked me into going because it was the best thing ever. And imagine if I hadn't gone and Destiny's Child came out and I could have been there. Oh, I never would have forgiven myself. I would have been in the deepest, and then I got laid off right before. Oh my gosh. I would have been in the deepest depression of my life. I would have been so upset. So I'm so grateful. So love you guys, and I will talk to you soon.